Okay. We are now here live with Joe from Oceania Cruises. This is Danny with Avoya Travel / Danny's Luxury Cruise Vacations. We are an independent affiliate of the Avoya Travel Network. And Joe, who is from Oceania Cruises, is kind enough to give us a few minutes of his time today. Thank you, Joe, and nice to meet you.
Thank you, Danny. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So the question for you today, Joe, is we all know that Oceania is a fantastic product. People love your service. They love your food. They love your ships, and rightfully so. If I may ask you to just touch on what makes Oceania so wonderful and so special, what makes them stand out from the competition?
Sure. I'd be happy to answer that, Danny. And you actually hit on a few of those unique features already. At our company here, we really talk about the three pillars of our brand and what makes up the Oceania experience. The first is that we are operating intimate and luxurious ships. Our guests tend to be the type of people that are looking for, a more personalized experience on board the ship, not only with the crew and the staff, but with their fellow cruisers as well. You get the opportunity to get to know one another on a smaller vessel. It's easier to get around, all of those great things. The second area that we really focus on is the destination experience. Our cruise ships are not supposed to be the destination. We really pride ourselves on exploring the globe, taking our guests further. We pioneered the concept of spending more time in port with late evening departures or even overnight stays where you get multiple days in one place. So it's a very destination focused experience. But really the hallmark of our brand and what sets us apart is that we serve the finest cuisine at sea. We spend more money per person on food than any cruise line in the world. And when you break that investment down, you can really look at three key elements. The first, and it comes from a saying that our executive culinary director, Jacques Pepin, has, and that's, you can be the best chef in the world, but if you have a lousy tomato, there's nothing you can really do with it. So step number one is getting only the best ingredients, all the way down to the most minute of things like the flour that we use. We have a special flour that we import from the Planchot flour mill in France, where we get every bag milled exactly to our specifications for each of the different breads and pastries that we're baking fresh every single day. But it goes beyond that too. All the beef is USDA prime. All the steaks are dry aged for 28 days. We serve Iberico ham. We have a fresh fish program where we source local fresh fish throughout each voyage. Goes on and on when it comes to the ingredients. Then you turn to the staff and the galleys themselves, and there again, nothing but the best, led by Master Chef Jacques Pepin, as well as 2 additional master chefs, which is pretty astounding when you think about the fact that there's only a few hundred people in the world that can claim master chef status, and we have 3 of them. And then you look at the galleys. So something that is very unique at Oceania, unlike other cruise ships, is that we have a separate galley for every single restaurant so that we can cook to order. And that in and of itself makes a huge difference. So when you add it all up, it's a comfortable experience aboard our beautiful, intimate ships, focusing on some amazing destinations around the world, all while enjoying the finest cuisine at sea.
Beautiful, beautiful. That says everything in a nutshell. If I may just add or ask one additional minor question. I mean,
sure.
What do you feel is the your demographics? Because that's a question that I get quite often, is the demographics of a particular cruise line or cruise ship. So if you may just touch on that briefly, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. It does get a little bit difficult as you don't want to pigeonhole yourself to a certain demographic, because we feel that, we offer a pretty wide range of experiences that would appeal to most people. But typically, the length of our sailings and the locale is probably going to make the demographic lean a little bit older than, let's say, a more mass market cruise line doing 3- and 4-day Caribbean cruises. Our average itinerary is going to be 10 to 14 days. So that time factor, I think, is also a little bit limiting when you're looking at a younger demographic. So typically what we say is the cruise is geared for the 55 and older crowd. But that doesn't mean that families aren't welcome. In fact, in Alaska, we also have a children's program. It's one of the areas where we've gotten a lot of family groups. And so some additional enrichment activities for the kids is always good.
Perfect. Well, Joe, I mean, you hit it in a nutshell. I think this has been fabulous. I hope that my viewers will appreciate your time today and sharing some little insights about a wonderful, phenomenal cruise line. And I thank you for your time today, and I look forward to spending more time working with you.
Yeah, my pleasure, Danny. Thanks again for having me, and we look forward to welcoming you all aboard Oceania Cruise very soon.
Thank you so much, Joe, and I hope you have a fabulous day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.